Catching Lakers with a Fishflash and the new Spin-n-Fish. Now, one of the things we've done here is we went with a medium size Fishflash. We haven't seemed to notice too big a difference on the color. We've been going with the big chromers, using a chartreuse one once in a while. But what we have done is we've downsized the Spin-n-Fish a little bit. We're actually using a 2.5 Spin-n-Fish on these. I think it's what these fish are keyed into size-wise. They're eating Cisco. For whatever reason, the 2.5 version is what's getting them. Now we're putting a little bit of tuna in there. We're putting some worm in there. All you gotta do is just pack this in with whatever bait you're using, a little scent, put it back together. The stock hooks and leader have been working great. Now what we're doing is we're running this setup back behind the downrigger about 50 feet. We're watching the fish finder. We're going in and out of the bumps. As soon as we see a mark, we drop all of our gear down to keep it up 5 feet off the bottom. Now once that gear is 5 feet off the bottom, we run it. And we're catching almost all these marks, which is crazy. Had them up about twice and just took them right back down to the bottom. That's one of the cool things about catching Lakers in somewhat shallow conditions. You know, that fish was in 50 feet of water.
15 pounds, 14, 15.
We've got one on this side that's the same size Fishflash, but it's a rainbow trout color that's doing really good. And the color on this size has been the gold with the orange back to it. Now, one of the important things about this whole setup is you want a long, medium action rod. That's what we got here. Long, medium action allows you to have a lot of that slack picked up right away as soon as you go to set the hook. I like a nice low profile line counter reel, so we know what we're doing. Braided line down to a fluorocarbon leader, and that's basically it. Running these things about 1.5 to 1.8, and that's one of the great things about the Spin-n-Fish and the Fishflash is that you can run this setup slow or really fast, as the salmon guys know. So you can run them a bunch of different ways to see how the lake trout like them. If the Lakers, sometimes Lakers like it slow, and I've had them, you know, sometimes where they like that stuff moving really fast. So with this setup, you can change it all. You got scent, you've got flash, and you've got speed. Change it up and see what they want to see. One thing about the Fishflash though, in this situation, the fish are coming to this flash. We've been using them for attractors a bunch, like 3 or 4 of them at a time, just like the salmon guys, and it's working really, really well on the lake trout. So that's something you don't want to discount for even lake trout, is a bunch of flash back there. So remember, Fishflash, Spin-n-Fish, Montana lake trout. It's working like a charm. All right, we got them again. Here we go.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, that's a fatty.
That's a big one. That's Louis' biggest.
That's definitely.
Here, let me take a picture.